voluptuously gifted.
Right. The brother he's well built and so on and so forth. Both of them are. But the point is that there's a gradation in terms of skin color, in terms of stereotype. So you could have a guy with a graduate degree still not being able to find employment, even as America moves toward the opportunity that Barack Obama has opened our minds to, that all men should have.
Should he shave the beard to get the job?
Well, look, I mean, obviously, if you're hungry enough, you're going to shave the beard, right? But at the same time, if others don't have to shave their beards and you do, you might have to say, look, that's the world in which we operate. One day I will overcome that barrier and make it possible for me not to have to shave my beard, but perhaps until then, I may have to give into in terms of the follicles on the face in order to get the job so that you can change this stuff from within.
It's about the principle, though. You know, if we continue to try to assimilate to standards of, you know, white workplace culture, then when are we ever going to get to a point where it's okay to have a beard, okay to have locks?
But Sean, right now you got to pay bills, and you got to eat, and sometimes just pulling out the bick is okay.
And looking at Sean, I mean, you have a nice groomed beard. I don't want you to be a smart brother, and I know you're super intelligent. I don't want you to give yourself excuses in this day and age when you've seen somebody named Barack Hussein Obama become president, and you sit around and say, yeah, that's easy for him. He don't have no beard. You can't, you know what I mean? Don't do that to yourself, because it is about your hustle game right now. And I think one thing that Barack is doing to inspire everybody is that he's everybody's president. He's showing how far everybody can go if you apply and just keep going. It's not going to happen in one day, but you just can't be as smart as you are saying,
don't give him an excuse, Sean.
Yeah, don't give him
an excuse. To me, shave the beard, you get that job and you grow that beard out, and they cannot fire you for it, honey, or else they get in trouble. Up next, Dr. Dyson speaks about women and our standards.
Here we are talking about a black president who holds us accountable. Sisters hold men accountable. You can't just roll through here and do your thing.
To those who cling to power through corruption and deceit and the silencing of dissent, know that you are on the wrong side of history, but that we will extend a hand if you are willing to unclench your fist.
So, we've talked about the effect President Obama will have on black men in appearance and the workplace and education, but what about in terms of relationships? Let's take a look at this cover of Ebony magazine. Oh, I love that picture. You can see the love. You can feel the love. The president and first lady, we have to admit, we all see that they are an amazing couple, a connected couple. They're the new ideal for anybody striving for the right relationship. But will their powerful bond be enough to inspire black men who prefer to date outside of their race? Joining us now is Connie, who's upset because her nephew Richard refuses to date black women. So, Connie, why does Richard not like black women for romantic partners?
I don't know. I think it's because Richard thinks that dating black women is too much work, you know?
Pretty much.
He thinks he has
Richard,
to work.
you're shaking your head yes.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. You know, he thinks dating outside of his race is easier because, you know, his dates, they're not interested in getting, you know, in commitments or you know, they don't be hitting him on his cell phone. That's like, where are you? You know, what you're doing? Are you cheating? You know? And he says that, you know, black women take him through all that drama.
So, Richard, is that true?
Somewhat. I mean, I feel that it's a lot harder to date black women because black women, you know, they say black women go to sleep at night with their fists balled up. So, it's a lot harder.
How many black women go to sleep like this?
Like ready to, you know what I'm saying? Like ready to...
So you moved from New York to where when you were younger?
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. And what happened when you went there?
Yeah, Tyra was like a big culture shock to me because, like, growing up in New York, you know, living in one of the 5 boroughs, you used to seeing a certain type of female on your block. And
like a black girl?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Black, Spanish, whatever, what have you, Jamaican, what have you. And then moving to Florida was like all my dreams of Who's the Boss and Facts of Life came true. I had Alyssa Milano on every block, Blair from Facts of Life, and it was like, it was crazy.
So it was like a fantasy that just came true?
Yeah, I mean, if you've been to South Beach, it's like, it's beautiful. It's like everywhere you walk, the modern
I've been to
types.
Brooklyn, and that's beautiful, too.
Beautiful, but I mean,
I gotta jump in.
Yeah, jump. I need you to jump in.
I gotta jump in.
I gotta jump in.
I'm sorry.
Please do.
First of all, listen here. I'm not against anybody having any kind of intimate or erotic bond across many multiple axes of race, class, gender, however, whatever floats your boat, float with it. So obviously we wouldn't have our president if it wasn't for an interracial relationship.
That's
so let's
true.
be real about that. But house and ever, as James Brown would say, the notion is in America that white women are placed on a different kind of pedestal of beauty than black women. That's not to diss white women. If you got long flowing locks, if you have a certain kind of nose size and so on. So I'm not dissing that. That's beauty too, but it ain't the only beauty. Black women get short shrift. They get dogged as being too bitter. They get dogged as being too demanding. Here we are talking about a black president who holds us accountable. Sisters hold men accountable. You can't just roll through here and do your thing. But if you, let me tell you something, if you find a sister who with that kind of strength that got the race through slavery, that got the race through Jim Crow, that stood us up when we couldn't stand up, you expect that sister to be strong. Don't be mad when she shows strength now. My point is, you ain't made love to nobody unless you made love to a serious, strong black woman who can give out of her own point.
Absolutely.
I have to ask you, what's your name? Come on up, Joe. You have the sagging pants. Have you made love to a black woman?
No, I have not.
You haven't made love to a black woman?
No.
He says he hasn't made love to a black woman. Is he missing something?
Oh,
Dr. Dyson?
brother, you missing the world and the possibility that lives within.
Right. Gotta try it.
What are you doing?
Your pants
No, what am I doing?
He said, yeah, well, you holler at me.
Okay. Richard, but did seeing Michelle Obama, her beautiful, gorgeous, chocolate, hourglass, arms that I am jealous of, body, elicit anything inside of you?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like I said, I like her because of the fact that it shows that that strong black love that maybe our grandparents might have gone through, that we've missed out in the 70s and 80s, is like coming back, the way the strongness of like the way they kiss each other, the way they dance, stuff like that.
We've never seen like a first lady and a president.
Yeah.
I mean, when they were dancing at the inauguration, they were like, yeah, baby, yeah.
And she kissed him on the forehead. Yeah. You know exactly what he whispered in their ears. Type stuff.
The great thing about Barack and Michelle is that you've never seen a first family just be so intimate in public all the time. And it's so genuine with the laughs and the giggles and the whispers that we see that and we say, man, that's how I am with my lady. But you don't have that in your own relationship and you're like, man, I wish I had that. But when I see Michelle, I've never been so turned on by a first family. And it's the way she looks at him when he's speaking.
Yes.
You know, and you might need to get you a sister because she wouldn't let you wear that sweater.
Today we're talking about the influence of our new first couple, Barack and Michelle Obama, President Barack and First Lady Michelle Obama, how they might have a big influence on the choices that black men and women make in their relationships. We're talking about relationships right now. Joining us is Colleen and her friend Zanette. Is that right, or Zanette?
It's Jeanette.
Oh, Jeanette.
Yes.
Like Jeanette Jackson. All right, Jeanette. And Jeanette says that she has given up on dating black men. So you've given up on the brothers.
Yes, I have, Tyra. I am fed up.
Tell us why.
Well, I was dating my daughter's dad, and we were engaged, and he got arrested. He got arrested, and come to find out the whole time, he had me thinking that he was working, he was selling drugs. And once he got arrested, it seemed like everything went downhill from there. I just started finding out that he was cheating on me. You know, it was just a mess, and I was left devastated.
Okay, so that's that one man. Any other black guys do awful things?
Yes, the boyfriend that I had before him actually started dating one of my family members. Yeah. I don't know love right now from the black men.
That's just two brothers, though.
That's two out of a lot.
That's two. Look, I understand the kind of dismay you might feel from another brother or another couple brothers, but there's a world of brothers out there who are doing the right thing, who are looking for a woman who obviously is ebony, ecstasy, and furrowed in coffee flesh like you, who would look forward to some beauty and some power, and who would treat you like a great woman. African-American men who have been raised by their mamas and daddies to treat people with respect